Previously on Trails through Daybreak 2, the party foiled the True Grievance Brigade's attempted terrorism in the Z1 Grand Prix, only for Aslan's car to explode. After a time leap, the party discovered that Jacobin planned a bomb, and they swiftly put a stop to his plans, but then Maxim's car exploded. After one more time leap, the party learned that Maxim himself rigged his own car in order to suicide bomb Aslan. When that plan was thwarted, Maxim kidnapped Aslan while accusing him of abusing Paulette and Yume, thanks to the corrosion brainwashing. Although the party solved that incident, they got wiped out the next day by a surprise attack and were forced to leap back to a much earlier decision point. Okay, Shizuna's the only one who has not gotten her second column, so I guess I'm gonna try to get MVP with her.
Commencing investigation.
Oh no, it's the creepy sheep. Alright, Mesa boss. Looks familiar.
Ooh, a guardian. Guess I can play with you.
Do you keep up with me? A chance.
Who eyes are you?
I'll turn the tide. Get ready. Chance.
Use a shard boost to get the upper hand.
Nightmare.
Time for a new look.
I got you covered.
Okay.
Time to pump it up.
So, Howling Roar, Regular Punch, Radiant Sunray.
I'll let it
Radiant Sunray.
Boost gauge limiter removed. Too slow.
Nice Revenge Arrow.
Fire me up.
Okay. Deal Force.
Gather upon me.
Law Place Code.
Transmitting code. Activate.
Got you covered.
Here goes. I'll turn the tide. Get ready. Move in, Miss Misarugi.
Okay. Since Grendel will protect her, I can actually have her stand next to Grendel to do stuff.
Go easy on them.
No, actually, it'd be better to use Silver Winds while doing a side hit. Never mind, wait.
Make it count. Season up.
This is it. Flash. Silver wins. I got you covered.
Okay, that did the side hit, I think? Maybe? I'm not sure. Anyway, this is your second Grendel turn, so just go all in with Rapid Onslaught.
Take this.
Oh, crap.
Yeah, right.
Stop right there.
Bro, 2 turns in a row?
That's fine.
Well, at least I'm guaranteed to be able to do that next time. But that was kind of crazy.
Be more potent.
I like where this is headed.
Don't go easy on them.
Certain arts will be more potent.
See, it's Phantasma. Why is...
Make it count. Certain arts look to be most effective.
Oh, man. That's a little unfortunate.
Headed.
Guess we have to stand a little closer after all.
Initiating skill.
Give it up. It's over.
We'll take that.
Time to pump it up.
Okay, I need to revert right now.
I like where this is headed.
You got this. It's It's go time!
Bear Nightmare.
I got you covered. Full boost.
Okay.
Don't hold back.
Heat up. Normal punch.
I like where this is headed.
Radiant Sunray. That's a little bit of a loophole to get your S-Craft back a little faster.
Make it
I
count!
don't let you stand.
Stunned!
Boost age limiter unlocked.
See, it's Phantasma, the strongest art. Summons a whale. Speed downed.
Let's go.
Okay.
Don't go easy on them.
She just... You know what? You just stand next to him and whack.
Make it count!
Up to you.
Fine with me.
I got you covered.
Okay, still stunned. You need to do this. And then I think Triple Rapid Onslaught will be sufficient.
Make it count!
Take this.
Keep going.
Easy.
I leveled up!
Okay, that's one clear.
I had a great time.
Hey, looks like there's new content in Seiden District. It's finally the day of the big Z1 race. It's all I could think about last night. I used to support Luga and the EGWS crew, but this year I've been thinking of giving Aslan and the Ingrid crew my support. Partly because I think he looks cool, but also because I've realized how great Ingrid is. Some members of a terrorist group were apprehended the other day. It's really got the force on high alert. But we'll continue to do our best to protect civilians. Keep calm and continue as normal. However, if you notice anything unusual, please feel free to contact us. Yeah, here's hoping Kincaid remembers everything. Heard you managed to get a conviction for that case. Good work, Nate. Yeah, I did. Had to go through hell for it, though. I still can't believe the culprit was the vendor all along. He even ended up placing a listening device under the victim's desk. Oh, and want to hear something crazy? One of the girls he stalked was actually an ex-girlfriend of mine. You must be pretty glad you caught the guy then. I mean, yeah, but she never even told me it happened. Don't you think that's something you should tell your cop boyfriend? Maybe I just didn't pay enough attention to her. You think that's what made her break up with me? It sounds like you've been putting a lot of thought into this. Well, I'm just about finished wrapping up with some incidents that happened at Z1. If you want, we can talk over what's been bothering you. Maybe you can even try getting in contact with her. If you focus on it any longer, it'll probably start distracting you from work. You're right. Maybe she had a reason for not telling me. Just as the investigation was ending too, now I've got even more stuff to worry about. Well, if even the inspector says I should, guess I'll contact her. Most of the incidents that have happened in Edith recently have been rather small in scale. However, the perpetrator in that serial killer investigation is still at large. That means we have to remain vigilant. And that's why I'd like Nate to clean up any lingering affairs he could get caught up on. He needs to focus. Next month will be the one whole year since I joined the police force. I've had my ups and downs, but I think I can finally say I've gotten used to working here. I caused a lot of trouble in the beginning because I didn't know what I was doing. But nowadays I've been getting more chances to help everyday citizens. It feels like I'm actually making a difference in the world. As I move into my second year, I only hope to continue helping the people overseas. That's what I'm really here for. And who knows, maybe we'll even get a new round of clerk keys. Then I'll get a chance to show them how important our job is. Today's Z1 and tomorrow's the symposium. We've been having to allocate a few of our people to investigate the remnants of a terrorist organization. But doing that with so many upcoming events can be a little difficult. The heads up top are in for a hell of a time, I'm sure. Yep, as I thought, it's important to see things at different perspectives. Yesterday I drew Trion Tower from an up-close perspective. There are some things you just can't portray with an overall view, such as an ungraspable essence. That's the tower's true appeal. Perhaps I'll need to look at it from a few different perspectives. Yes, that's how I'll conquer it. We've been receiving a lot more requests for consultations from our client companies regarding the end of reparations. They're apprehensive over a possible market decline. Some are even considering making changes to their management policies. That said, I don't think they'll have much to worry about. Even taking all the aid into account, the Republic has seen significant economic growth. We're not so weak as to crumble due to a lack of extra income. I've been counseling them to continue to expand their business without worry. Allowing investments to falter because of fear of what the end of reparations will bring would only lead to a sluggish economy. That would, of course, set up a domino effect for our clients. So based on the latest economic analysis, we've been advising them not to let their businesses atrophy. I'm so glad Carol came to visit. It seems to have made Mora pretty nostalgic, but it was really nice hearing how her life is going. It doesn't sound like she'll be coming back though, that's too bad. Well, I'm glad your store seems to be doing so well. Oh, before I forget, I got you a little something while we were in Dijon. Why, thank you. It sounds like you've been pretty busy these days, flying place to place. You said it was a fashion designer you've been working for, right? Yes, they can be a bit difficult to keep pace with at times, but they're such an interesting person. They're actually holding a fashion show soon, and I'll be helping to set it up. Now, all my hard work will finally be worth it. Well, I'm sure it'll all be fun. Hope you manage to enjoy yourself. Just try not to forget about us little folk here in the capital, right? Remember to stop by when you can. Of course, thank you, Mora. Back when I used to work here, Mora made sure to help me out as much as she could. It's been a while since I left, but I still like to drop in to say hello on occasion. Perhaps one day we'll be able to work together again. I mean, we're in the same industry after all. I see Carol's as energetic as ever. It's reassuring to know she's still in the same industry. I can only imagine how many obstacles she's faced, but she's finally free to pursue her passion. Mark my words, that girl has a bright future ahead of her.
Please take as much time as you need.
So yeah, it's a little sudden, but it was also to help out with the Aramis Academy Festival. Leave it to Sasha to get me to join. Sasha's that basketball girl, right? She's beat you in a few games, hasn't she? Yeah, well, I was already telling them the school festival wasn't exactly my kind of hangout, but... Sasha told me if she could beat me in a game, I'd have to join, and we tied. I mean, she went through all that trouble, really. I figured it wouldn't be right for me to refuse. Aramis, huh? What's wrong, Kirk? Oh, that's right, your family. What about my family? Not everything's about them, you know? Come on, it's not like it's anything to be ashamed of. Well, whatever, just thought you'd like to know where I'll be from now on. Why don't you two stop by once we have it all set up? I'm gonna cheer the heck out of Simon during the school festival. I bet I'll see all kinds of awesome plays. I might cheer for Kirk too, but first he's gotta quit being such a stubborn pain in the rear. Forget about family. The only thing I need to be focusing on right now is practice. But am I the only one who feels that way? Even Simon's taking time away from practice to help out the school festival. What should I do? I wouldn't exactly say Sasha and I are tight, but we play basketball together every now and then. Word to the wise, never look down on high school basketball teams. That girl's got some mad skills. There ain't many people who can compete against her. That's why I was invited to the festival. They needed someone who's on her level. Well, anyway, why not swing by Aramis on the day of? Could always use a powerhouse on my team, you know? So this is the rumored soba stall, huh? I never really expected to find traditional Far Eastern food in Edith. Guess the city really does have everything. Yeah, setting aside some places in Longport, food like this is pretty rare in the Republic. It tastes real good, though. The stall's got loads of fans. Excuse me, young lady, but you wouldn't happen to be from the Far East, would you? I'm not so sure I'll be able to satisfy someone who knows the more authentic flavors, but I do my best to make the most quality soba I can. Well, it looks amazing to me. There's no need to be so humble. Now that I think about it, fate must have brought me here. Alright, I'll try some for myself. Hearing praise from someone from the Far East, it means a lot. I'll do my best to make sure I'm worthy of those words. With the recent movements made by anti-migration terrorists, we're on high alert to ensure guest safety. Especially with Professor Hamilton's arrival. See, she's here to attend the symposium. The professor is a quarter Central Eastern, however, even that is no guarantee she won't be targeted. As always, we will do everything in our power to protect our guests. Forgive me if I'm remembering incorrectly, but you were formerly a member of the Cross-Spellland Diet, Senator Ryan. I believe I heard you were part of their military attaché as well. That's right, at first I was the only stationed there as a servant of the Republic. But as it happens, I ended up starting a family in Crossbell. It began to feel like my second home. so I decided to become a councilman. The reality of the job was far different than what I had imagined, however. I never thought I'd want to hold office again upon returning to the Republic. Well, you've certainly gained a fair number of supporters here. You're even recommended for participation in the upcoming political debates. Will you say your past experience has helped you carve a better path as a senator? I believe so. The mistakes I made in my previous position hold as tales of caution for this one. In my current position as senator, I've been making it a point to keep my proposals not only realistic, but also beneficial to the Republic. I believe a lack of a focus on reality is what led to my downfall in Crossbell. Is that so? Then it sounds like you've learned much indeed. Now let's move on to our next question. Senator Ryan will be participating in the debate tomorrow. I was just asking him about his experience and ideology. He's been one of the more high-profile members of Parliament lately. Many are curious about not only his policies, but his character as well. What kind of experiences have led him to his current beliefs and principles? Hopefully this article will give the public a better understanding of the man.
I understand why you might think that. However...
Experience in Crossbell gave me the opportunity to truly consider what it means to be a country. I believe we'll have the chance to do the same with my role in the Republic as well. This sounds familiar. Well, this is certainly a surprise. I wasn't expecting the deal with Eurasian Trust Bank to go so well. Well, the fact that they were so unsettled over the discontinuation of reparations forced their hand. Regardless, now that our finances are no longer an issue, our expansion will be moving forward as planned. I'll wait here for the mobile business's representative. You can return without me. Actually, I wanted to speak with you on a few matters. I believe you should relink your meeting with this mobile vendor. You see, I'm a bit concerned your plans may be too far removed from reality. It sounds like you've really learned to speak your mind. I can't deny that you've changed for the better, but you're still just as reckless as before. We have a real fighting chance for once. Why don't we use it to make a few improvements before anything else? Alright, you're right. I'll start working on it now. I can admit that the president has changed both her mind and her policies, but the fact remains that our company has a number of issues. If she truly means to better herself, she should go all the way. As her assistant, I will do my best to point out what needs fixing. Even my assistant's telling me the same thing Polanski said. Guess it's proof I got a ways to go. But I kind of feel like I've been on a roll lately. Maybe now's my chance to really step it up. I've unfortunately had to neglect this location due to my duty of providing security for young Miss. However, I believe I can now return to my positions as a security overseer and receptionist. That said, I must commend both Cremona and Simmons for standing in for me. They've been absolutely outstanding. Thanks to them, my absence poses practically no issue at all. We've been receiving a number of VIP guests lately. I believe the last time we had so many was during the Revolution Festival. And with tomorrow's political debate on the horizon, we've been noticing plenty of politicians as well. Not to mention, in addition to Prince Sharid of the Principality of Elsheim, Princess Zita, his sister, is also here. I'll be sure to provide them with service befitting their stations. Okay, for the monster hunt, Ultra System, 3 big dromes. It's gonna be a weird one, to the positioning and such.
Here goes.
Wow, yeah, these things take up a lot of space.
Shark boost to get the upper hand. Certain arts will work.
I can't actually get between them. Man.
It's working.
I can hit all 3 at once.
Activating
Think
skill.
fast. Take this. All you on yes.
See this Phantasma.
Initiating drive.
Test that in time. Yes, I can.
Mana, gather upon me.
Now's your chance to boost. Release. I've got you covered.
Missed! Huh. Oh, that did not miss.
There. Let's go on yes.
Okay, just stat down the mall, please.
Allow me.
Nice. Okay.
The shark boost to get the upper hand. Attack their weakness with an art.
Okay, vandalize raid, all free.
Full boost! Go activating skill!
Brace yourself. Vandalize raid!
New skill limiter unlocked!
Okay, and while we saw the multiplier,
Through!
Engaging skill.
You won't want to miss this. My blade is both true and false, dancing in the moonlight.
There! Behold! Zero gleam!
Boost gauge upgraded.
oh nice, triple kill. Freeze 2 found.
Reward deposited!
Okay, got Law in Gray. Hope we can max out Law at some point. I joined this guided tour to get a feel for the cultural differences between here and the Central East. Both the Eastern style and Basil style cafes were a treat to be sure. Perhaps they could consider adding one in the vein of my homeland to round things out.
And other various shops to peruse.
Attention everyone, we will be leaving Trion Mall shortly, so be sure not to forget anything. Our next stop will be the Maserati Hotel in the Seiden District. There you'll be treated to a luxurious buffet at their top-of-the-line restaurant. I came to the Verne store today in hopes of getting some good inspiration for an advertisement design. One thing I noticed is that people have been paying way more attention to the OrbitalNet ever since the T-Phone was launched. Even I've been addicted to blogging and o-commerce from the moment I bought one. But as far as the near endless stream of content can be, the information overload really wears you out. Wait a sec, maybe the same thing applies to ads.
The Trion Mall.
I can feel the gears turning. My next hit design is brewing in my head as we speak.
Major landmarks.
Figuring out a good stylistic approach to this ad was starting to feel like a lost cause. But I can feel the gears turning now. My next hit design is brewing in my head as we speak.
Commodity, the T-phone.
Oh, Topaz Bart, the Ormail simply disappeared into the ether. Just hand it over. Alright, maybe the store clerk will be able to fix it. Hold on, it's right here, Mom. All you did was minimize the window. Really? How did you do that? Windows? Sheesh, my mom really is hopeless when it comes to tech stuff. Oh well, when she's done, I'll be able to move to the next stage of my game. The T-phone is nice to have and all, but I'm still a little iffy on how to use it. On the other hand, my son seems to know the thing from top to bottom. Wait, is my boy a genius?
Or a movie theater boutique.
Whenever I use my T-phone, I can't help getting the sense that the Orbital network is constantly evolving. For example, more and more community sites and social media are made every day, plus I've even seen people making their own personal sites. It makes me feel like we're in a new age, and I need to make sure I'm not left out. I bought one of those T-phones people keep talking up the other day. Being able to contact others at any time or place is just too convenient to pass on. My first thought was to register Lua's number, as well as my current caregivers. But of course that won't be possible until they get T-phones of their own. Silly me, overlooking such an obvious fact.
Here you'll find
Still, the thought of sending Ormails back and forth with Lua someday has me getting inside.
movie theater boutique.
Oh, it looks like it's starting to snow a little. Do you know our T-phones are not only dustproof but waterproof as well? This was done to ensure the orbital power mechanisms always remain intact.
New commodity, the
It's not completely invincible, however. If you do experience breakage, please don't hesitate to contact us.
It's a cutting-edge piece of orbital technology.
You know, Mindy told me that T-phone sales have been doing pretty well lately. Honestly, I wasn't really expecting them to catch on so quickly, especially given how pricey they are. But I guess the users are really impressed by how innovative the tech is. Either way, it's all been a huge success for the Verne company. Modifying the Zypha for general use was a genius idea. At this rate, the T-phone might even be the defining gadget of the era. I was wondering why there were so many kids around today, but then it hit me. The Mishy shows today. You know, we actually had Mishy participate in our T-phone marketing earlier in the year. We were hoping to appeal to the housewife demographic. Maybe we'll bring him back sometime.
Store, a movie
Oh well, look who's fashion forward now. And I couldn't have done it without you. Are you sure this will be enough though? Maybe there's something else I could fix.
on tower.
All you need is a little more confidence, Jimmy. You should feel as self-assured as you look. Man, you really do tell how it is, don't you? That's easier said than done.
Another very
Guess the rest will be up to me. So I just need to be confident. Well, that doesn't exactly come natural to me, but he's right. I gotta muster up all the courage I can. Okay then, I'm gonna try to believe in myself. I can do this. If you're wearing clothes that don't suit you, then you can't very well call yourself fashionable. You have to wear your clothes, not let them wear you. Otherwise, everyone will think you're being tacky. Najib has been helping coordinate outfits for a customer who wants to rehaul his entire image. Clearly, consumers are in need of clothing selections that suit their body types and their colors that flatter them. But what if RM also provided accessories and hairstyling to help tie the whole package together? This has the makings of a marvelous business proposal. I'll have to drop something up and submit it to corporate ASAP.
Anything of interest?
Newsboy Cap.
You'll find Trion.
Oh yeah, Liberal. I'm actually kind of interested in that place. Master really likes it there.
Oh, that reminds me. I think the granddaughter of the Eight Leaves founder belongs to one of the guilds there.
There have been a number of unsettling developments in this country as of late. Things have been peaceful here at the mall, but elsewhere factions like Hayway and anti-immigrant groups are creating chaos. Naturally, my principal aim is to expand our market, but I've also been tasked with reporting any major developments in the Republic. I will have to inform Miss Maybell of the latest news.
I'm quite proud of what we have to offer.
Liberal-style omelet.
To the Trion Mall. Here you'll find Trion Tower.
Oh my, it's begun to snow. Evidently, winter has one last pre-spring chill left for us. We tend to get more orders for warmer drinks like tea and hot chocolate during weather like this. Colder seasons also seem to make people tend toward richer flavors, such as chocolate, gâteau, or shortcake. I suppose I'd better tell the kitchen to prepare for that. Your customers really know what's what. I'm starting to get a hankering myself. Man spoke as if he had little to no interest in the Quincy Company and Neurasian last year. But I'm still picking up on some antsiness. Maybe he really is worried about them deep down. There they are, the limited edition spring tarts. They are right within my grasp, but they're just out of reach. Curse my financial woes. Sit tight, my loves. Tomorrow is the greatest day of the month. Payday. Soon you'll all be mine. Oh, the taste of today's sponge cake is, as always, perfectly plump. Normally, the results are in large part influenced by the humidity and temperature. But as I've said many times, I expect nothing short of perfection from the Quincy Parlor, and their pâtissier is very much that. Oh, hello. Are you two on break right now? That's right. It's nice to take a briefer every now and then, you know? Actually, I figure I might treat her today as an apology. Work came in between our plans to meet up yesterday. I see. You know, I'd actually been hoping to go out with you and Nadia for a while now. Oh well, guess that just means I'll have to fill my stomach for the three of us. Wait, Odette, you'll get sick. Aha. Well, it's not every day I get treated to sweets from Quincy Parlor. Alright, maybe eating for free is a little much, but I'm sure there's plenty of other ways I could indulge. Well, rest assured I won't be digging into my savings for you. My workplace's stocks are hot in the market right now. The same goes for Malaysian corporations. But pricier shares are harder to buy into. Add to that how tight competition is with Calvardian enterprises, and the prospects get a lot murkier. Maybe I should consult with one of the bank tellers again before I start moving my mirror around.
That's the direction the government's going.
Crossbell is the place to watch out for right now as far as the stock market goes. It only stands to reason. Being situated right between the Empire and the Republic means that Mira passes through the state hand over fist. Their economy's post-war recovery has been a sight to behold as well. Even now, it's still on the upturn. So if it's a stable investment you're looking for, look no further than Crossbell and Equities. Mishy has a show scheduled at Trion Mall stage today. He could put one on every hour and it's still never get old for me. Not to get ahead of myself, but I'm bouncing off the walls with excitement already. I knew today was supposed to be cold, but I didn't think we'd actually get snow. Well, just so you're aware, the glass on the observation deck was made for occasions like this. No matter how much snow falls, it won't stick. Come snow, rain, or shine, you'll always have a perfect view of the capital.
Whoa! We're so high up! Please relax and enjoy the
Wow, the view really is nice here. Yeah, no kidding. Well, you know, you're probably the last person I'd expect to invite us out like this, Rebecca. It was actually my dad's idea. I figured it'd be nice for Kisara to have a look around the capital, though. I just had to dredge up a little courage to make it happen. But I never thought there'd be so many people here. Why don't we move on? Maybe you should have dredged up a little more courage. Well, I guess you are doing better than I thought you would, and Kisara seems to be enjoying herself too. We should hang out like this more often. Oh, that's right. The Republic's been around for a pretty long time, hasn't it? Do you guys have any famous artists? The only one I can think of is Aramis. He actually did a lot to help Sheena Durkay in the revolution. He's definitely not the only artist, though. We actually have a lot of famous modern artists, too. And I'm sure you'll be joining their ranks in no time, Kisara. Hey, who said I was interested? Well, both me and Chris will do everything we can to support you along the way. After all, if art's something you like, you should keep doing it. Something I like, huh? Mama told me the same thing, but why did I ever forget? Oh yeah, I remember now. Having hope is useless. I won't ever fall for that trick again. What's wrong, Kisara? It's nothing. Just thinking about how naive everyone from Old Town is. Dad said this would be a good way to get over my fears. And I figured it might not be so bad with Kisara and Anya. Alright, just a little longer. I don't want to interfere with Kisara's drawing. Kisara drew this beautiful mural at our bathhouse some time ago. We already paid her for a job well done, but we figured it might be nice to show her the sights around the capital too. Kind of seems like she's got something on her mind though. I wish she'd talk to me about it. Artist, huh? Maybe that was a stupid thing to ask. However, we should go before Rebecca faints. Checking out the observation deck was actually more fun than I thought it'd be. I used to be all about heights when I was a kid. Coming to the observation deck was the norm for me, and I loved airplanes. But then I hurt myself after taking a tumble from a jungle gym. I haven't been the same since. Now heights are enough to paralyze me. I wonder if he'll sneak in to pay me a visit again. There's a long-standing rivalry between his family and mine. They love each other, so we can't meet in public. So I won't lie, I hate living in this house, but I don't have the courage to run away and abandon those who raised me. So I'll just have to become the head of the family and incite a intra-familial revolution. Okay, time to hit the books. I'm gonna figure out a way to knock Dad off his pedestal. Wow, that's some active imagination she has. You're not wrong. She must have thought all that up herself. That's pretty impressive for a girl her age.
Trion Tower's observation deck.
Julieta. Romeo and Julieta, huh?
Above ground level. Providing a panoramic view.
Oh, but isn't Arc Rate Solutions. I see you have Beauty's Blade with you, along with other more dubious company. On a little group tour, are we? I should be so lucky. And don't act like you aren't wise to what's going on with us. How about you, Miss Division Chief, taking a personal day with your flunky? There's a political debate tomorrow at Trion Mall. We're here to conduct a preliminary security inspection. But I will concede that taking in the scenery from on high can be an effective stress reliever. So you've got it tough too, huh? We're still pursuing that Crimson Beast, as well as the man who calls himself the Guard Master. Though I regret to inform that we don't have any more information than you do at present. That's too bad. Ever since the Nemeth Island case, all eyewitness reports have stopped cold. In fact, now that the serial killings have stopped, things in the capital have been almost peaceful. But who knows how long that'll last. Needless to say, this situation is only temporary, or perhaps it'd be better described as the calm before a storm. But no matter what schemes are taking form, we can be certain that they won't be carried out by conventional means. With that in mind, I am expecting great dividends from your efforts. Don't get your hopes up too high, still we do plan on bringing an end to this. And allow me to tell you our findings in exchange. They regard those dolls modeled after members of the Gardens. The CID took some of them in after the incident at Aramis, as I recall. Will your analysis uncover? As suspected, they're linked to the super technology that arose during Crossbell's most recent incident. In particular, they were built to simulate the underlying concepts behind simulacra. Simulated simulacra. Try saying that 3 times fast. However, it would appear that the original technology could not be reproduced. From this, we've surmised that they incorporate Society Marduk insect arms engineering among others. In terms of how faithfully they reproduce their originals, the dolls are nowhere close on par with simulacra. That, however, is because those aspects were issued in favor of combat specialization and formidable battle prowess. We believe they were produced around a year ago, while both Almata and the Gardens were still active. Aside from the twins, all other members of the Gardens have been wiped out. So the Garden Master unleashed these killer robots instead. And so the organization that had been warped from the start manages to survive more warped than ever. That's karma for you. There haven't been any reports of these assassin dolls being deployed anywhere else. but if the Guard Master begins to act in earnest, they could very well emerge as an additional threat. You'd best be careful out there, and they can disguise themselves as regular people, too. We appreciate your concern. The Grendel Zolga started off by hitting a military compound, so there's no telling what his true target is. If anything, y'all at the CAD should be the ones watching your step. Is that concern for your childhood friend I detect? I'll be sure to pass it along to Mr. Kincaid. That ain't what I meant. I for one think he would love to hear it. Give me a break. Soon after, Kilika and Kyla returned to work, whereupon then the group resumed their own activities. When the Sharkferno, I don't believe my eyes. It's the one, the film I've been waiting my entire life to see. The only thing that can feed my hungry soul. The time has come. The future is now. The golden age of shark movies is here to stay. You get it, don't you, Mama? The next thing we watch has to be Sharkferno. Oh no, I came back from the restroom only to find my little girl under a spell of shark exploitation. They say that watching it is akin to gazing into a gaping abyss, one that leads to nothing but a future of nothingness. Gods above, I beg you, deliver my daughter from these temptatious, toothy creatures. I think they had fun localizing that line, huh? Localizing that dialogue. Shark movies are everything, the end all be all. Never has the cinematic universe seen a better genre. Please, Kathy, come back to me. Your poor old mom will never leave you alone as long as she lives.
Why not buy a souvenir?
Okay, time for another back-to-back viewing of the Adventures of Rockford and 3 Point Heat. I've inducted them into my favorites Hall of Fame, right alongside Golden Blood. Watching the same movies over and over the way I do means I get left behind when the topic turns to new releases, so... Sharkferno's a popular choice, right? Maybe I'll go see that too. I get to keep the brochures from the other timeline, huh?
If you have a ticket, please proceed to the entrance.
In normal movie theaters, the less popular films usually don't get as much screen time as their blockbuster counterparts. But we make sure to show them all here. Their screenings are either scheduled for early in the morning or late at night. That way they don't conflict with the more popular film scheduling. What's playing right now? 100 Days. You're set in catcher because you're falling behind. In an ideal world, war would never happen. Yet despite that, war is what allows Marduk to generate unparalleled profits. It's no wonder people call us merchants of death. Yeah, it isn't a pleasant business to deal in, but playing that out won't make the problem go away either. As long as war, famine, and economic decline exist, so will the people who try and profit off of it. Though there are economic and technological advancements that come from all that. That's certainly true, and one such technological advancement was this body. I'm fully aware that talking through this won't fix the situation, but thank you for indulging me all the same, Mr. Arkwright. I have nothing but respect for the engineers that developed the first airships. If they hadn't invented them, I doubt Liberal could have pulled off such a successful counteroffensive. Shortly after, Calvert started making their own gunships. Wouldn't it be an exaggeration to say that the advancement of technology completely changed the face of war forever. It may not be long before we start seeing unmanned military craft. I worry that if things follow their current trajectory, people will grow numb to the loss of life, instead of taking of it. That's why everyone, including myself, has to be responsible with the technology we put out into the world. Okay, get some more points. Finally got that stat boost. No one can trust the police or guild with something this important. Now, if only I could get the Spriggan to take up my request. Sounds like she's got a job for you, Van. Guess it has been a while since I checked the bulletin boards. Let's go take a look. Freeze, we have a warrant out for your arrest. Did Kincaid already discover the bomb plot? If you've got anything to say for yourself, we'll hear you at the station. Hey, what are you doing? Let go of me. I was only trying to awaken the citizens of Calvert to the evils of... Whatever, pal. Maybe you should focus on not being a public nuisance for once. Anyway, you're coming with me. Hey, what's the difference between these timelines? You're just using free speech as an excuse to say whatever we want. Well, if you're so innocent, you'll have no problem coming downtown with us. Damn you, government dog. Don't you understand? Are you deaf to the cries of your ancestors? Those immigrants have stolen everything from us. Calvert has fallen. Billions must be salt-paled. Someone should make a chud jack of Jacobin. Hey, look who's here. How's it going? We're just out doing some information gathering. And since nothing big's popped up yet, I guess the answer is that it ain't going too well. We were curious if there have been any updates since I dropped by this morning. You seem to be deep in conversation, though. Did something happen? The juicier the better. Well, I wouldn't call it the most helpful in intel, but... Wait, since when was Ikaruga's second in command mixed in with you guys? I almost let that pass right by me. Well, that's just a shinobi technique I'm trying out. It's supposed to make you ignore me completely. Kurogane did say it'd be useless, though, since I stand out just by being here. But hey, if it can give the immovable a jolt, then it's not a total lost cause, right? So it hides you without actually hiding you. Cool. Straight up, you need a real hobby. We've got our reasons for collaborating with her. No need to sweat the details. Ahem, we may get back on topic. Did you learn something new? Well, ever since that whole mess on Nev Island, the guild has been going after Oathbreaker again. Not that we actually know where the guy is, but you could say he's been laying low for once. Laying low? That old coot, kinda hard to believe. There are many eyes peeled for any potential backroom activity from him. Even if he were to evade capture, he would surely leave behind some sort of trace. Since we found nothing of the sort, it can only mean that he's inactive for the time being. It may be that he has already accomplished his objective, either that, or he was caught by the society and had the tar beat out of him. Wishful thinking, as nice as it sounds. Anyway, that brings us to the alliance between the Oathbreaker and that so-called Garden Master. We suspect it was only a temporary thing. I do remember him saying something like that.
Our contract is complete. Your assistance was most appreciated, Oathbreaker. Now kindly leave the stage.
The floor is all yours. What you do from here is none of my concern. So go nuts. I'm curious whether your scheme will play out like you think it will. Should make for an interesting watch.
This definitely lends some weight to those words. Up until Nev Island, the two had been collaborating to some extent. So it's likely that the Oathbreaker and the Garden Master are both working towards different goals. Elaine caught me up on what happened yesterday. This Garden Master guy's on the move now, yeah? I'm just glad we don't have to face both of those dirtbags at the same time. That's the one silver lining here. It stands to reason that he has further plans in the capital, judging from yesterday's events. That whole fiasco felt more like a trial run. If you ask me, this is when things really started to ramp up. You sure know how to make it sound ominous. In any event, the guild will need to be more vigilant than ever now. We'll do what we can, but it'll only get us so far while those devices are still out there. It's gonna be on you guys to step up to the plate, Arkwright. Don't have to tell me twice. We'll foil the Garden Master's plot and bring Swin and Nadia back no matter what it takes. Looks like I've got a Nord mail. It's from Far Barkhorn. No, oh shit, I mean Master Beauregard. He just sent me a letter yesterday. Now it's an orb mail. Wonders never cease. Man, major breakthrough has surfaced regarding your current predicament, prompting my immediate return to Edith. I ask that you head to the underground ruins at Station Streets so that we may discuss this matter in private. Beauregard. A major breakthrough? But why is we have to meet in such a freaking place? It doesn't sound like your everyday stuff. Might even have something to do with me specifically. Is there a problem, Van? No, just some personal correspondence. So we've been milling about for a while now. What do you say we take a briefer? Sure, it's about time to grab a bite to eat anyway. Our party's pretty big this time around. Maybe we could split up. Good idea. Let's part ways for lunch when we reach a good stopping point. I'd better keep the things to myself until I know what this is all about. Selecting head to the underground ruins from the travel menu will cause the main story to advance. As a result, some unfinished quests and unseen sub-events will disappear. Oh, this is very suspicious. Why not just meet in the office?
Now, what do we have here?
The Mishy Misadventure. Are you aware that Mishy's revamped design has been rather controversial among his fanbase? Apparently, some fans have even been applying something nefarious to show how much they hate it. Whatever their plans are, we can't let them get away with it, for Mishy's sake. Please, help us stop them. I'll be waiting in the rest area on Station Street. Rosie. Sounds like Elaine's type of quest, huh? Hey, you the Rosie that issued a 4SPG? We're from Arkwright Solutions. We saw your request. Oh, you're the ones everyone's been talking about. You got here much faster than I thought you would. That's good, because we're running out of time. Running out of time? That's so. Why don't you start by telling us what's going on then? Your request made some mention of the Mishy show, I believe. Well, that reminds me, isn't there supposed to be some kind of difference between the new Mishy and the old one? Honestly, I can't really tell. Well, why don't I start there? Mishy was born in a theme park in Crossbell, Michelin Wonderland. And because Mishy saw a lot of success after the war, the Vallis Investment Bank decided to buy up a lot of their stock. That's how they became Michelin Wonderland's major investors. Vallis Investment Bank? They've been pushing the company to expand their market ever since, particularly into the Republic. That's what led to the higher-ups deciding to put Mishy through a whole new redesign. Its new features are supposed to appeal to people from the Republic, and the costume's apparently easier to move around in too. It seems to allow Mishy to show more expression as well. I'm disappointed they removed the cute little stripes on his body, however. Right? When everyone thinks of Mishy, they imagine a small, limp face with a plump body. It was peak character design. Vallis just doesn't understand his charm. They completely got rid of the snuggly feeling he gave off. I see, you're very passionate about this. You seem pretty familiar with Mishy yourself, Elaine. She sure is. Been a hardcore Mishy fan since her student days. You don't need to advertise it to the world. Plus, you can't exactly call me hardcore. I'm actually quite behind Mishy Lordy says. Oh yeah, definitely something a casual fan would say. Think what you like. Anyway, I apologize for all my excitement. I'm actually no longer a part of the old Mishy fan group. I've recently come to believe that both the new and old Mishy have their positives. Well, I guess that's better than making a fuss over it. I agree, and for what it's worth, Mishy's old design is still rather prominent in Crossbell. Yeah, unfortunately, that doesn't mean much to the old Mishy's more radical fans. They're the reason I contacted you all, actually. You see, I've heard a rumor that they intend on interfering with the Mishy show today at Trion Mall. Well, that's definitely not something we can ignore. Could be dangerous. Yes, however, as for who exactly the person planning to interfere is, well, I'm not too sure. That's why I'm asking for your help. After all, it'd be terrible if the show got interrupted. I mean, that sounds like a pretty reasonable request, but I'm sure you're aware. This is a job for somebody like a mall cop, not a spriggan. Although I imagine they'd have a hard time acting on something that's a little more than a rumor. Was there a particular reason you thought we'd be your best choice? There is. Think about it, if a fan of Mishy's were to have a run-in with the authorities, his reputation would be sure to plummet. Also, I can't help but sympathize with the old Mishy fans. They just really love him is all. Just misguided, huh? I was hoping you guys could help me end things peacefully. That way no one gets hurt, or else their reputation is destroyed. So in other words, you want us to stop the target from ruining the show and cover up their tracks. Well, I can't say I don't understand how you feel. However, if these Mishy fans truly do intend on disrupting the peace, I think it'd be best if they were judged lawfully for their actions. That's a law choice. If we don't face consequences, they'll only grow bolder. Erg, I guess you're right. Wait a sec, there's only one person trying to interfere, right? Yes, we may call the radicals a group, but they're barely even that, honestly. Most of their bad apples work in isolation. And given that a majority of their members think we're disrupting the Mishy show is going a step too far, it's not hard to see why. It should be relatively simple to trace their movements then. Do you know what their plan involves? I'm sorry, any details I know are pretty vague. You could always hire a Jaeger Corps to deal with them, and depending on how big it is, you could probably send them to wipe out the entire group. With a smaller corpse, though, you might just have to settle for killing the guy in charge. Don't you think that's going a bit overboard? Well, actually, maybe it's best to be prepared. What if they plan to do something dangerous? Listen, nobody's planning on an armed strike on Mishy or his fans, got it? If you say so. Anyway, we probably won't be able to learn anything concrete unless we start asking around the mall. Should we head over to see what we can find? Well... law... accept... Alright, I guess we're on the case. I mean, sure, it's a little strange, but it kind of feels right up our alley. Great, thank you so much. You should head over to the Trion Mall as soon as you can. The show should be starting in about an hour. I'm sure the culprit's just waiting for his chance to pounce. We'll do everything we can to find him. Actually, do you mind if I tag along? Honestly, I've got a feeling this crazy fan of ours already knows your face. You can come with us to the mall, but don't enter until we give you all clear, understand? Yes, sir. Okay, let's get moving.
Hope this 4SBG can entertain me.
Well, this place seems pretty busy. There seem to be a lot of parents with children here. They must be waiting for the show. That might make it harder to search for our culprit. Should we just start looking for this guy's hiding place? I think we should find the Mishy show staff first. I know we don't want to alert the police or anything, but we can still give them a heads up. We have to make sure they're ready, just in case we don't get to the culprit in time. Smart thinking. The staff lead is usually placed in the wings of the stage. Let's head there now. Right.
Mall. Here you'll find.
This guy looks like the one in charge. Excuse me, you got a moment? There's something we think the Mishy staff should know. Of course, is there an issue somewhere? Sorry, but we might want to talk about this elsewhere. Alright, was there something I could do for you? We're pretty busy, so it's not anything important. We're from Arcade Solutions. We just received a job from a concerned citizen. Then proceed to explain the details of Rosie's request. Don't worry about finding the person. We'll take care of that part for you. I just want you guys to be aware of the situation. You should be prepared in case we slip up. I see. You know, actually, these radical Mishy fans have been quite the topic among our staff too. We occasionally have some disturbances during our shows, with booing and everything. Most of us figured that's who it was. But I never thought they'd go so far. Excuse me, if you've experienced these kinds of disturbances before, why haven't you notified the respective authorities? Well, we certainly considered it, but we were worried they might want to start forcefully removing people who refuse entry. Not only would it paint a bigger target on our back, but it would also just ruin the atmosphere of the Mishy show. We figured we could handle it by giving out warnings at the beginning of the performance. If it was me, I'd kick them out faster than they could say wishy with Mishy. Anyway, if what you said is true, we might just have to ramp up security after all. I'll talk to the staff right now and have them prepare for the worst. Thanks, that should make our job a little easier. Imagine if this Mishy fan gets us all killed and causes a bad end. Well, that's one task accomplished. What should we do next? Now we start with the hunt. I'm pretty sure the culprit is somewhere in the mall. I think I even caught their scent earlier. We should try our best to capture them before the show starts. Scent, huh? Will you perhaps be smelling those two over there? The woman wandering in the main corridor has been acting a little strange. She doesn't really look like she's here to watch the show either. She seems to be handing out some papers. As for your scent, what about that guy handing out balloons? I don't really think he's doing anything weird though. No, he isn't, but I can't shake the feeling that he's still suspicious somehow. So you sure have a knack for this, but you're right. I'm sure one of them is the culprit. Sorry for stealing your thunder. Anyway, let's go talk to them to see if we can learn anything. It'd be nice if they gave up as soon as they saw us. Hey, where are you handing out? Oh, are you interested? Please, take some with you. Let me give you my card as well. Join us in bringing back the true Mishy. I'm trying to gather signatures in support of returning Mishy's old design. As I'm sure you can tell, I'm a huge fan. I visit MWL pretty often, even though it's all the way in Crossbell. Nobody in all the Republic loves Mishy more than I do. No, all the world. Wow, that's some confidence. Yeah, you sure are passionate about this. Radical might be putting it lightly. But why is she wearing so much perfume? It's really overpowering. The Mishy you see in the Republic is a fraud. He's trampling all over Mishy's good name. Or it's the new design of the costume or even that Mishy in Boots movie. None of them are the cat we know and love. The company's far too focused on making Mira lately, which means they've been neglecting the most important thing of all, Mishy's personality. You know, I kind of understand where you're coming from. I mean, the new design is alright, but there's just something about it that feels a little off. And don't ignore that feeling. You mustn't give in to the new Mishy. I've had over 30 people sign my petition already, and they would all agree with you. I believe that those supporting the new Mishy are being fooled into doing so. Is that so? Yes, that's why I plan on watching this show happening later. I'll have my eye on them in case there's any funny business going on. Our dream is to create an MWL in the Republic, one that's true to form. If you feel as strongly as I do, I implore you to please add your signature to the list. We'll definitely have to think about it. Let's go find our suspect. Just let me know if you decide to sign my petition. It's never too late to join the right side of history. In the meantime, I'll be gearing up to put this next performance under a microscope.
Also find the fern to sample a range of imported goods.
You handing out balloons for the Mishy show? Yes, I am. They were originally supposed to be used to decorate the mall. But I had some extras left over, so been giving them out to free to guests. That's awfully thoughtful of you. So does that mean you're one of the Mishy show's staff members? I guess you could say that. I've only really been hired for a day gig though. I'm a longtime fan of Mishy, so it's always been my dream to help out with the show. I was so glad I could finally arrange my schedule to take the job today. Do you normally do artwork? Yeah, I'm a painter. You know, someone who paints roofs and walls and stuff. I also like working on mechanical stuff as a hobby every now and then. I even made a Mishy mobile once. A Mishy mobile? I'm assuming that's a car with pictures of Mishy all over it. Exactly, I even put together some custom parts that looked like Mishy's ears and tail. Is this guy gonna try to escape from us in his Mishy mobile? It's actually parked outside the mall right now. We'd all like to see it? That's amazing. We'll take a look when we get a chance. You said you were a longtime fan, right? So does that mean the design on the car is the old Mishy? Of course. The old Mishy is the true Mishy. The new one's just some fake made by some big stockholders. There's no competition. I just wish people who like the new one would open their eyes. He feels different all of a sudden. I feel kind of threatened. Also, what's that lemon smell coming off of him? Oh, sorry, I got a little carried away. Perfume or lemon? I know that the Val's investment bank's pretty much the whole reason Mishy was even able to come to Republic. I'm really grateful for all that, at least. Is that so? Thank you. You've really given us some things to think on. Well, we've talked to our two suspects. Both of them loved the old Mishy too, but I think they were a bit more than your average fans. Yeah, neither of them really seemed like they planned to interfere with the show, though. A man handing out balloons and a woman getting signatures. There's still something I don't get. Yeah, why did they both smell so weird? You're right. I picked up on that as well. Are they in cahoots, maybe? The culprit has to be one of them. We might be able to figure it out by process of elimination. Sent, process of elimination. Yeah. The person who came to interfere with the Mishy show is... Man hanging up balloons, the woman gathering signatures. Most likely the guy with the balloons. Huh? You don't think it's the woman? They both had really strong feelings about the new Mishy. The woman's trying to get rid of the new Mishy by gathering signatures. She even had her own cards made. And if she were to plan something that would interfere with the show, what do you think would happen? If it became known to the public that she was behind it all, her hard work could go up in smoke. Yeah, she's probably just going to keep gathering signatures. And, well, that other guy has a temp job, which seems a little too convenient. When you put it like that, I guess it makes sense. That just leaves the guy with the balloons. Yes, but even without us narrowing it down, there's a reason he stood out. It's fun to see you guys slowly suss out the culprit. I tend to rely on my instincts. They're never wrong. You don't have to be so snide about it. Well, whatever. Let's go find our guy. There's not much time until the show starts. 1 SP. Oh, you're back. Do you guys want a balloon? The show's about to begin, so I started putting them away. Sorry, but there's something we need to talk to you about. We don't have much time, so I'll keep it short. Fury, you're up. Come on. What are you doing? I've done nothing wrong. Maybe not yet, but you're certainly planning to. We know all about your little scheme. For example, those balloons. Why don't we cut one and see what's inside? Paint! He was talking about paint earlier. As Shizuna burst her katana, the balloon burst without a sound. And from the balloon dripped a liquid. Is that paint? You put paint in the balloons? Well, well, isn't this a surprise? I have no idea how that got in there. It must have been someone else. Besides, how would something like that disrupt the show anyway? I assume it has something to do with that scent you're giving off. That strong lemon smell. The components of citrus fruits have a corrosive effect on rubber. In other words, if you apply citrus-based juice to the balloon, it would eventually burst. And if you look close enough, some of the balloons have a clasp keeping them shut. Didn't you say something about being good with mechanical stuff? If you made a device that was capable of spraying lemon juice and put it on a timer, you could release the paint right as the show's at its peak, ruining it for everyone. Aaron took a look in the man's pocket. And what do we have here? Some liquid in a spew clasp. There's no more talking way out of this one. Amazing. But you guys are too late. Why don't you take a look at the ceiling? Those balloons have paint in them too. That's right, sucks that I couldn't get them all up there, but whatever. When the paint falls, it'll be sure to splash everything and everyone in its way. Every fan of the new Mishy deserves to be doused. You idiot, do you even realize what you're doing? New, old, doesn't matter. You're not worthy to call yourself a Mishy fan at all. Huh? Hello everyone, the Mishy show will be starting in just a few moments. Please gather around the stage and get ready to make a wishy with Mishy. We're out of time. Tish, I think we've learned all we can. Fairy, keep an eye on him. Understood, but what are you going to do? We'll talk to the staff, then gather all the balloons ourselves. The ones on the ceiling take priority. Katra, see if you and Theo can do anything about them, and try not to attract attention from the guests. Got it, I should be able to do something with the short search. Theo! Commencing emergency balloon retrieval. Leave it to Theo. Alright, let's get going. Make sure to collect the balloons and be able to do your best. Are they always in the same place is the real question. I think I'm just gonna cut out my failure attempts. There's no mini-map to easily remember. Oh my gosh. Return to Katra, please hurry! Katra! I see it. Another one down. Am I looking too high? Could there be some lower balloons I'm overlooking? Oh my goodness. Please, camera. Feels a little bit, the controls feel a bit slippery when going up and down too. Okay, see the two I still need? They're all on this side. Oh my goodness, close to another one. Oh, crap. Did I miss? Crap, I was so close to getting the last one. I must have grabbed the wrong one by accident. Because the last one's gonna be the toughest to find. I found it again. Okay, yeah, it was right there all along. Please get it, please get it. Okay, we're done. At 1 SP, I'm cutting out my failure attempt. All paint balloons have been retrieved. Mission complete. Well done, Theo. We managed to get them all on our end too. Looks like we finished just before the show's climax. Alright everyone, let's do it. Make a wishy with Mishy. Make a wishy with Mishy. Sheesh, while we're over here struggling, they're just dancing the time away. Well, I guess I'm glad their fun wasn't ruined. You said it. Following their success, Van and the others proceeded to inform the staff of the recently forwarded scheme. Van then also made contact with Rosie to notify her of the resolution of the issue. I don't even want to think about what could have happened without your help. I'm so glad I put out that request. I mean, if I had gone to the police or a guild, they probably would have just shut the whole show down and call it quits. Seriously, thank you so much for your help. Allow me to offer my thanks as well. I really appreciate everything that you've done for us. By the way, you said your name was Rosie, yes? I'd like to cover the request fee for you. Would that be okay? Well, sure, I guess I don't mind. Fine by me. Couldn't care less who sells shells out in the end, as long as they actually do, you know? But before we forget, we still gotta figure out what we want to do with this guy. Haha, I didn't actually think you guys would get all the balloons in time. Totally didn't retry. Guess you're just as good as the rumors say you are, Arkwright Solutions. Hey, Hey, can I ask you a question? Why do you want to disrupt the show in the first place? Because I refuse to accept the new Mishy. See, I've been a fan for a long time now. I even have a collection of every piece of Mishy merchandise that's ever been sold. That's incredible. So when I learned that I'd finally be able to see Mishy in the Republic, I was over the moon. But then I found out he was just an imposter. However, I knew that for those just discovering Mishy, that fraud would become the real thing to them. So I figured I would show them. Show them that the Mishy they know and love isn't the real Mishy. They deserve to know. Man, this guy sounds like the Mishy version of Jacobin in some ways. Hopefully he's... well, at least he didn't actually try to kill someone. I'm so sorry to hear you were disappointed. Can't say I don't see where he's coming from, though. Man, this guy is really digging his heels in. If we do actually end up doing this without the authorities, there's a real possibility he'll circle back to plan something even worse in the future. Alright, if we want to stop him from making a comeback, I think we have two options. Either we chew him out or we intimidate him. I need law, unfortunately, even though intimidation sounds like it'd be pretty funny with Shizuna around. I think Elaine's fit for the chewing out, though, being a Mishy fan. Let's go to chewing him out. Hopefully it'll hit home. Man, will you mind letting me handle this? Yeah, I figured, but if I pick the other one, would Shizuna be the one to handle it? You sure? Alright then, go for it. What? I can sympathize with what you're feeling. You see, I'm also a longtime fan of Mishy's. However, I want you to tell me one thing. Do you remember how it felt when you first became a fan? Of course I do. That's not a feeling I'll ever forget. It's like I was overcome with the need to drown myself in all sorts of knowledge about Mishy. I really wanted to meet him too, so I even traveled all the way to Crossville to watch the show there. Yes, I recall feeling the same way. You know, some of the people in the audience today might have also had that feeling. And you almost prevented it from happening. Ugh. Just because you don't like the new Mishy, that doesn't give you the right to stomp all over everyone else's enjoyment. If you're really a true fan, then you would learn to respect the decisions of your fellows. You're right. How could I be so wrong? I just really like the old Mishy, that's all. I only want everyone to understand. Oh, she did it. Looks like it's really sinking in. So this is where you've all been hiding. Huh? No way. Hey everyone, it's Mishy. I'm so glad to meet you all. Mishy, what are you doing here? Weren't you supposed to be changing or returning to Michelin Wonderland? Sorry, I saw someone who didn't look very happy, so I simply had to come out and see what I could do for them. Jumping in at a time like this, impressive. You know, I only just came to the Republic from Michelin Wonderland. There's still a lot of stuff I don't understand about this place, like why are my eyebrows so limp here? But that hasn't stopped me from trying to fulfill my dream. That is, my dream of bringing lots of happiness to everyone, of course. And I'm going to keep working at it, and someday I'll even be able to bring some happiness to you. Mishy! Stop, I was so wrong. I was so worried over the difference in design, I never even bothered to try to understand you. But I think I get it now. No matter what he looks like, Mishy's heart and soul will always stay the same. I'm so sorry. Thank you for everything, Mishy. Stop, I knew Mishy could solve everything. Yeah, I'm feeling a bit touched myself. The guy in the suit's a pretty good actor. Would it kill you to raid the Romalol? I think we should all have a dream like Mishy's. It would make the world a much nicer place. Yeah, maybe. But anyway, I think we can consider this a case closed. The man who tried interfering with the show made an effort to apologize to each and every staff member. He seemed to deeply regret his actions. Due to this change in attitude, the group was able to handle the incident without involving the authorities. With that, the curtain came to a close on the Mishy Misadventure.
All in a day's work. Reward deposited!
I feel like that was the most Mishy way to end things. Oh, so close. Just a little bit more, and I could have Law 6 and hopefully get another gem-type quartz.
One of Edith's major landmarks.
Eliminating the animosity between fans of redesigned Mishy and classic Mishy would be a nigh impossible endeavor.
Other various shops to peruse.
But even still, I want to work toward a society where all Michelinites can walk hand in hand and treat each other with respect. Oh, and just so you're aware, Mishy has finally made his return to the Land of Dreams.
From the liberal kingdom.
He'll be back soon to put another on our show, though. We hope to see you there.
They have.
Thanks for tuning in to this Let's Play of Trails for Daybreak 2. If you enjoyed, please leave a like, subscribe, and or hit that bell icon.